We're moving into footwork. Footwork from here, we're going to make our way over to a ball before we, make our way over to a wall with the ball, thinking ahead. Go ahead and sit on the ball like you would the horse with your legs behind you, inner thighs squeezing in. You don't need any props except the ball and the wall. Now, make sure I want one hand on the wall, so your profile to the wall. The other hand's going to go behind your head. Give yourself enough space. This takes a little adjusting. Your toes are lifting up. You're pointing the toes. Head is leaning back into the hand. And you're squeezing in on the ball to where you kind of lift your body up, upright. Inhale, exhale, arch your back here. Tip it back. Inhale, neutralize it. So that's the position between arching and rounding. And exhale, tip it back again. So we're just doing some pelvic articulations. And on your inhale, I want you to plantar flex your feet hard. So really point your toes. On your exhale, I want you to extend the pelvis back. Inhale, neutral pelvis, squeeze those inner thighs in on the ball. Exhale, arch the back. Keep going. You're doing great. Inhale and exhale. One more here. Inhale. And let's make our way off the ball. You're going to turn around just so the hand on the wall switches. The other hand gets a chance to be behind the head and stretch out as you lean your head back into it. It's all about stability here. Pull the low belly in. Point the toes. Fight for a deep plantar flexion. Pointed toes, big toes especially. I see the big toes kind of sickle in. Not enough involvement in pointing the big toes with sway back. So lean the head back. Soften the sternum in. Imagine my hands on your shoulder blades. Puff the upper back up. Okay, so the breathing is like so. Inhale, neutral pelvis, point the toes. Exhale, arch the back. Don't push the belly out when you arch the back. You got to have the belly in. This is really going to change your performance. So use the inner thighs. I know your inner thighs are strong from riding already, but squeeze this ball. And if your inner thighs are strong enough that you don't need a hand on the wall and you have enough stability, you can have both hands behind your head. Be where you are. One more breath here. And great. We're going to grab our 3-pound weight. Come back to the first side. Same position with the lower body. The weight will be in your outside arm. We're doing a version of a rotator cuff exercise. It looks like this. You have your arm here and you lift the forearm up. Notice when I lift my forearm up, I don't drop my elbow down. So it stays the same height. I lift it up and I lower. Inhale, squeeze in on the ball, sit up tall. Exhale, lower. Good. Find that pelvic position, neutral pelvis, belly in, inner thighs squeezing in, toes pointed and lifted. Toes pointed behind you and lifted. Keep that going. You're doing great. Hang in there. Give me 5 and 4. Almost there. 3 and 2. Hang in there. Last one. And 1. Set that weight down. Face the wall. Bring the arm you just worked into a high V and twist away from it to open up the anterior delt. So high V, arm you just had loaded with the weight, twist away. Breathe here. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath. Quiet the mind. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and grab the weight. Switch sides. Come on to your stability ball, your horse for the day, for your practice, and squeeze in on those inner thighs. Never push your belly out on your exhales. Always pull it in towards the spine and lift up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee. Legs are behind you, toes are pointed. From here, forearm lifts up and lowers down. It inhales to lift. The inhale is on the lift, and make sure your wrist isn't breaking or flexing. Keep it flat. Shoulders are pushing down towards the ball. Plug them down. Lift your chin a little to engage the neck flexors. Give me 5 and 4. Nice. You're doing great. Hang in there. Inhale, lift. 3. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Don't slouch. Squeeze in on those inner thighs. Tip the tailbone back. Belly in tight. Okay, set that weight down. Come over to the wall. Let's stretch out that side. So arm up the wall in your high V. Twist away from it, other hand to the hip. Breathe in here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Twist a little bit more. Lift your head up. Exhale 3. Okay, from here, I'd like you to come center with your stability ball. Now, if you really found this last exercise challenging and you were falling all over the place, you can stay by the wall. Otherwise, come center. You're going to come back onto your horse, your stability ball for the day, and into that position with the legs behind you, toes pointed. Both hands are behind the head. Toes are down to start. You're on the tops of your feet. You're on the tops of your feet. Inner thighs are squeezing in. I want you to shift to 1 foot. So 1 foot is lifted just an inch. The toes are pointed and lifted. The other toes can be down. You're on the top of the foot. Hold it here. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Shift to the other side. You got to use those obliques. You got to squeeze in on the inner thighs. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. And I don't want the foot that's down, the top of the foot, to take so much weight. So you got to lift up through your center. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Switch sides again. First side, last set. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. It's great for the plantar flexion of the foot. Great for the adductors, the low abs. Plug your shoulders down. Take your gaze up a little higher than eye level. Last set. Shifting over to the second side. Hold it here. Inhale, pelvis pulls down. Exhale, inner thighs pull back. Inhale, belly pulls in. Exhale, lower abs pull in and up. The muscles that stop your stream of pee. Last breath. Inhale, puff the upper back up. Take your gaze a little higher than eye level. And exhale. Those are killer. Come up to stand. From here, well-deserved stretch. We're going to make our way to sit on our foam roller. Come sit on your foam roller. You're going to do a figure 4 on your foam roller, crossing 1 foot over the other. Start by crossing your dominant leg over your non-dominant leg. Dominant leg over the non-dominant thighs, knee. You're on your foam roller, seated on your foam roller. Glute med stretch. We're getting into the outer hip. So notice that I come down onto my forearm to deepen into the posture. And then I really lean into the same side as the leg that's on top. Get into that glute med. Point your toes. Breathe here. So plantar flexion is encouraged with sway back. The only time we dorsiflex our foot is if we have flat back posture. So breathe, plug the shoulders down, get into that fascia. I know it's tight. Breathe through it. Hang in there. This is part of your recovery. Part of growing in your performance is flexibility work. So don't shortchange this. Don't check out. You can get water, but you should be doing the flexibility and working as hard as you are on the strength work. So breathe into that inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale. Another 20 seconds here. You've got this. Find those spots that need your attention. If the head is straining, bring the hand behind it. Lift the chin. Plug the shoulders down. Always involve your abdomen when you're stretching, so belly in. Tugging up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee. Just 10 seconds. You've got this. Dig into that fascia. Really work it out. Almost there. And switch sides. Breathing into that. Cross the foot over. Plantar flex the foot. You can be on your hand, but I'd advise coming down to the forearm so you really can get deep into that fascia. Roll it out. For most sway back posture people that I've seen, clients that I've seen, this is one of the tightest areas of the body, this outer hip. And it can cause major issues in the back, in the knees. So you do want to give it a full minute on each side. Especially the dominant side. You could even go for a minute and a half on the dominant side and 30 seconds on the non-dominant, depending on the difference you feel in both sides. Hang in there. All we have is 20 seconds remaining. roll it out, get into it, breathe, belly in, shoulders plugged down. Remember all the checkpoints we found as we were doing our strength work. Point the toes. If the knee's bothering you, just check that the foot isn't sickled. A sickled foot turns in and is not either pointed or dorsiflexed evenly. Come up to sit. Great job.